Doors closing. Floor 2. Doors opening.
Greetings, fellow time travelers. Let's go back to the beginning of time itself. Would you believe it? The first hominids only 2 million years ago. And dinosaurs, around on Earth for 165 million years. Some strange creatures walked the land 380 million years ago. 580 million years ago, there was an explosion of different life forms in the seas. And an astonishing 3.5 billion years ago, it was only simple bacterial life. The early Earth was bombarded by meteorites around 4 billion years ago. Our planet was born from the material left over from the formation of our star, the Sun, all of 4.54 billion years ago. And as galaxies converge, we emerged 13.8 billion years ago, at the beginning of time.
Hello there, time travelers. Like to come on through. Welcome aboard our station. So if you're waiting to your left here, our pilot Woody is going to take you through the creation of Earth.
Hello, small life forms. My name is Odie. All systems checked. Warp engine primed. Ready to engage time dilator. Singularity locked in target screen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Universe age 0 seconds.
Welcome, time travelers. You are about to witness the birth of the universe. All space, time, energy, and matter in a tiny, dense, immensely hot point. The point is not in anything, it is everything. This is the Big Bang.
Universe age 3 minutes.
The universe has expanded rapidly and is incredibly hot and dense. The first matter is beginning to form.
Universe age 380,000 years.
Hydrogen nuclei are combining with electrons. The first complete atoms are formed, and light is starting to travel freely throughout the universe.
Universe age 200 million years. Switching screen to 21 centimeter wavelength.
The universe continues to expand and cool. In the blackness of space, gravity is forcing the hydrogen to collect and concentrate into massive swirling clouds, the first galaxies. Inside these young galaxies, something is happening that will light up the universe.
Universe age 1 billion years.
Pockets of hydrogen gas are collecting together. As their mass increases, they attract more and more hydrogen to form supermassive clouds of hydrogen gas. At a critical tipping point, the pressure caused by gravity forces the hydrogen nuclei at the core to fuse with their neighbors. The energy released creates a chain reaction through the cloud, and a star is born. Across the universe, in billions of galaxies, trillions of stars are igniting. These stars eventually reach a balance between the force of the nuclear reactions in the core pushing outwards and the force of gravity holding the star together. As the stars burn their hydrogen in a process called fusion, they create new elements like helium and oxygen. The largest of these early stars have very short lifespans, burning through their hydrogen in just a few million years. When the hydrogen runs out, the internal pressure drops and gravity takes over, collapsing the core. The collapsing material then rebounds in a giant explosion known as a supernova.
Gamma radiation warning. Closing shields. Unsafe levels for humans. Moving ship to safe distance. Universe age 3 billion years.
A supernova releases as much energy as your sun will produce in its entire lifetime. All the heavier elements in the universe, like iron, copper, and gold, are forged in these catastrophic events. Each explosion enriches a galaxy with a soup of new elements. Over time, they form clouds called nebulae. In a spiral arm of one galaxy called the Milky Way, something is growing deep inside a nebula.
New timeline. Solar system. Universe age 9.2 billion years.
A disk of gas and dust has formed. At the center, a dense cloud of hydrogen is about to ignite into a star you will one day call the Sun. In a rotating disk that surrounds the newborn Sun, material is starting to clump together to form blocks of rock and ice. Close into the young Sun, rocky materials are plentiful. Here, the planets Mercury, Venus, Mars, and your own Earth are forming.
Universe age 9.3 billion years. Earth age 0 years. New timeline.
Mountain-sized blocks of rock and ice continue to rain down on Earth for millions of years. They carry the water that will eventually form the Earth's oceans.
Prepare for descent to planet surface. Closing shields. Braking sequence initiated. Time jump path locked and correct. Altitude 10,000. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Landing confirmed. Earth age 2 billion years.
As the Earth cools, moisture in its atmosphere condenses, and it begins to rain. Every water molecule contains 2 hydrogen atoms, each formed when the universe was young. There is also 1 oxygen atom, forged in the heart of a star. Water is the molecule on which all life on Earth depends. The Earth is now cool enough for you to leave the ship. Enjoy exploring this dynamic planet, time travelers.
Alright, time travelers, now I have some bad news. Your pilot Odie isn't the greatest at flying and he's landed you next to an active volcano. So be warned there'll be shaking floors, flashing lights and loud noises in here. Thank you. Shaking floors, flashing lights and loud noises.
Dad.
Hundreds of millions of years have passed. The Earth is a planet of oceans and continents, though 180 million years ago, unrecognizable to us. Oxygen in the atmosphere has allowed complex forms of life to evolve. The surface is still changing, and the continents are slowly moving. Within the planet, a heat engine of nuclear decay causes the hot rock of the enclosing mantle to flow. It is that energy that moves the surface crust and the continents upon it. Like a giant jigsaw puzzle, that crust is split into numerous huge slabs or plates, each plate moving at about the speed our fingernails move.
Get on to here, Dad.
Among these primeval land masses, the outlines of the continents of today cannot be recognized. But some lands we will know, such as Scotland, are, even at this time, adrift on the planet's surface, moving across different latitudes and through different climates, journeys that are being recorded in the rocks that are formed on the way. Mountain ranges are thrown up where two plates, each carrying a continent, collide. Where rift valleys open on land, oceans may eventually be created. Deep in mid-ocean, wherever two plates are being pulled apart, volcanic lava erupts from the Earth's mantle. Hot springs smoke, and lava solidifies into ridges of new crust along the edge of each plate. In the mid-Atlantic, where the European plate is pulling apart from the North American plate, the submarine ridge has risen above water and is forming the volcanic island of Iceland. This Icelandic eruption is just like those along a submerged ridge. In this fire fountain, the fluid lava is spraying from a fissure. Similar eruptions created the basalt rock of Staffa and other volcanic landscapes of western Scotland when the Atlantic Ocean began to form and widen. New crust is always forming beneath the oceans. To make room for it, older crust must somehow be destroyed. That happens where one plate overrides another. Melting takes place, and the volcanism is much more violent. The undersea plate at which you're riding is about 7 kilometers thick. It is much heavier than the light crust of the continent whose 8,000 kilometre coastline we are approaching. The oceanic crust is about to be pulled by its own weight into the searing heat of the Earth's mantle rock. The juddering plates trigger earthquakes. Pressure increases 15,000 times. Seawater in the crust at 1,000 degrees Celsius causes mantle rock to melt, rise, and explode at the surface. The eruptions form a chain of dangerously violent volcanoes along the coast. They emit vast quantities of ash. Clouds of superheated dust and gas at some 500 degrees race down mountain slopes, wiping out all before them. Volcanism is both destructive and creative. It is a driving force in the shaping and reshaping of this restless Earth.
Glad to see we all survived that. This next part should be a bit calmer and cooler as we take a flight over some glaciers.
Flowing at the pace of the hour hand of a clock, a glacier reshapes the surface of the land beneath. A yawning crevasse exposes the structure of a glacier. The dark layers hold rock fragments, debris torn from the ground, rocks that have become the teeth of the glacier, rasping at the land, fashioning its contours with immense power. A gigantic natural sanding machine, a glacier scours and carves deep valleys, leaving mountain ridges behind as signposts of its passing. As though hungry for rock, these great tongues of ice lick the valleys into shape, ripping rocks from the sidewalls and engulfing them in ice. Held at the glacier's edges, this huge mass of hidden debris is dragged along, grinding at the bedrock and further eroding the valley. Where two smaller glaciers merge, debris gathering along their edges forms a rocky ribbon in the middle of the new, bigger glacier. At the tip of a glacier, where its leading edge finally melts, huge ramparts of debris build up, heaps of eroded rocks liberated from the ice. Trapped behind such ridges, meltwater may form a lake. The retreat and advance of glaciers during successive ice ages has left a crumpled blanket of debris across many landscapes. When ice first relinquishes its grip, the ground revealed has been roughened by the glacier's work, leaving deep valleys bounded by rocky scree and cradling mountain lakes. sifting and sorting rock fragments by size. The fine grains ground down within the glacier melt out of the ice, turning glacial rivers milky as they start their journey to the sea. Shaped by glaciers which melted 10,000 years ago, the Scottish landscape has been softened by time, matured by the weathering of the rock and the growth of plants. But the arêtes and pinnacles of these majestic mountains are unmistakable creations of an age of ice. Landscapes are always changing. Ice, wind, and water are relentlessly at work. Polished Highland rocks, scarred by a moving glacier, are dramatic evidence of such timeless forces. A river, heavily laden with sand, silt, and gravel, creates a new landscape of floodplains, marshes, and mudflats. The material of mountains washes into the sea. Currents and tides shape and reshape the sediments into beaches, and move the finer grains offshore into deeper waters where they settle and compress, turning slowly into rock, from which mountains may once more be built. It was here, in the oceans, that life began on Earth.
Alrighty, time drivers like to come on through. So this next part of the tour is all self-guided, so you just make your own way through it at your own pace, and our next guide will be there to meet you. Yeah? Thank you.
to see a grappler as well.
Our carbon emissions are making the ocean more acidic. The seas are warming. And the ocean is now changing at a rate that has never been seen before in Earth's history. Exploring the ocean helps us to understand what these changes mean. And what we must do to protect our lives. The future health of our ocean is in our hands.
Ranging from the high diversity that we see in some locations to its ability to capture carbon, as well as the potential discovery of new lessons. I find it fascinating studying
Are you? Yeah. Like, ice melts, ocean levels could rise by over 73 meters. Melting ice can also play havoc with ocean currents. The Gulf Stream, which keeps Scotland and Northern Europe warm, can be pushed south, leading to colder temperatures in Scotland rather than warmer ones. There is still much to discover about the extraordinary worlds we call the polar regions. There's still much that they can tell us.
Has she tried touching it? I touched it with both hands. You can tell someone's obviously stuck a finger in over it. That's how it's kind of hooked to try and get it.
Polar regions are places of spectacular history, with winters of perpetual darkness and summers of constant sun. These are the coldest, harshest places on Earth. But still, life finds extraordinary ways to survive here and thrive. The Arctic stretches across the top of the world. A great frozen ocean surrounded by land.
Maybe that's the way we came with
The Antarctic is just the opposite. A vast frozen continent surrounded by water.
Or maybe we're trapped.
Being at the edge of the ground, the poles receive only small amounts of solar energy. The summers are short, the winters very long. In the Arctic, when winter sets in, the bitterly cold temperatures freeze the ocean surface. Wind and ocean currents keep this pack ice on the move throughout the year. The darkness of the Arctic winter is only relieved by a very special event. The Northern Lights. The ice is a perfect platform for seals to haul themselves out to rest.
Show, and so I just let you know your next part will be Rainforest, and if you're any uncomfortable about the screen, just close your eyes a few seconds. If you have any reason to go, just press the button on the right wall. And once you've done this one, watch us do your scenario. Hope you enjoy.
This is your captain. Welcome aboard Endeavour. Patching you into the live feed from the Rainforest base now.
Do you read me, Captain?
Loud and clear. Okay, everyone, let's get airborne. 3, 2, 1, go. Oops, wrong button. There we go. I love the smell of ice in the morning. Back to you, Jungle Jane.
That's Dr. Jungle Jane, thank you. Welcome aboard, everyone. Today, we will be flying south to explore the world's biomes. We will see how life has adapted to survive in each of these unique regions. The first biome we come to is the tundra. For most of the year, the soils of the tundra are frozen, so only plants like lichens, mosses, and low shrubs can grow. But for a few brief weeks, the tundra explodes into life and the air teems with insects. The short summer brings many animals to the tundra. Reindeer return each year in their thousands to enjoy the feast. Their ability to migrate south during the extreme winter months allows them to survive the harsh and unforgiving tundra biome.
Whoa, that's a lot of Rudolphs. Reminds me of a joke.
Yes?
What's the scariest animal in the tundra?
I don't know. A wolf?
Nope. A caribou.
Don't give up the day job. As we travel south, we fly over the slightly warmer boreal forest biome.
That smell reminds me of Christmas.
Here it is just warm enough for trees to grow. These trees have adapted to the climate by forming into cone shapes. This adaptation makes the snow easily slide off, preventing the weight from breaking precious branches. We've now reached the region that is probably most familiar to you, the temperate biome. The mild climate allows an all-year-round abundance of food, which in turn supports a large number of hawks, falcons and buzzards. Birds of prey have the best eyesight in the whole animal kingdom. Their vision is over 8 times better than humans. They can quickly scan large areas of land and spot even the smallest movements of hidden prey. The soil in the temperate biome is very fertile, and with the warm, wet climate, this biome is ideal for agriculture and human habitation. However, the growth in our population has had a massive environmental impact. Very little of this biome is left that hasn't been built on, farmed, or changed in some way. Next, we're off across the Alps. In the alpine biome, animals and plants have adapted to survive in conditions of extreme cold at altitude. Animals here are also excellent climbers to cope with a rocky environment.
Hey guys, let's check out those slopes. Whoa! Okay, let's see what this baby can do. Yeah! 360 barrel roll, how about that? Whoa! That was a close call.
Nice moves, Captain, but you're not in a simulator now.
Sorry.
Let's move on to the marine biome and gently enter the Mediterranean Sea.
Roger that. Hold on to your hats, everyone. Here we go.
Captain, gently. The marine biome is the most diverse of all biomes, and it covers 2/3 of the planet. Animals and plants have adapted ingenious ways of surviving underwater and at great depths. One of the most specialised groups of marine animals are sharks. It's very difficult to hunt underwater, so these efficient predators have evolved special abilities to find prey. They have highly developed electro-senses, giving them the ability to smell and sense movement at great distances. They can even detect prey burrowed under the sea floor.
Oh, watch the paintwork snapping.
Time for something a little drier, I think.
Roger that. Next stop, the Sahara.
Very little water and immense daytime heat make the desert biome extremely difficult for life to exist. Some cacti have adapted a concertina shape that expands and contracts depending on water availability. Also, hard spikes protect their precious water from thirsty animals. Camels don't store water in their humps as is commonly believed. They are actually large fat deposits which are used as food reserves. Another example of adaptation by desert animals is to sleep through the heat of the day. Then at night, come alive.
Whoa, you trying to make me crash?
I thought you were the bravest pilot in the fleet.
Well, yeah, I am, obviously, but those scorpions really give me the heebie-jeebies.
Softy. We have now reached the savanna grassland biome. Here, the climate alternates between seasons with high rainfall and seasons that are dry. This region is characterized by the world's most prolific plant, grass. These wide expanses support large numbers of grazers. These animals have adapted to eat on the move, looking for fresh grass, but always keeping an eye out for large predators. Fires started by lightning strikes are a common event in the savannah and are vital to put nutrients back into the soil.
Talking of which, there's a massive thundercloud behind us. We really ought to move on to the rainforest base.
It looks like we'll have to wrap up the tour here. I hope you enjoyed this journey.
Don't panic. Everybody stay calm. Brace yourselves for a rough landing. How's everybody everybody all right? I'm just going to reboot the system. We'll be back in the air in no time. Uh-oh, we might be in trouble. Do you smell that? That smell says, I'm a single guy, vegetarian, with a big horn. Seeks large lady for... Oh, there he is. A black rhino, the big daddy of the plains. Don't worry, as long as we stay quiet, you'll probably move on. Okay, we're back online. We better leave before this big guy thinks we're a lady rhino. Whoa, that was a close call.
Endeavour. Come in, Endeavour. Endeavour. We lost contact. What happened?
Yeah, probably some interference from the storm. Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Great. We've been lucky to see so much today. It's amazing to think that the relationship between plants, animals and their environments has taken millions of years to evolve. Climates continually change, but when change comes too quickly, there's not always time for plants and animals to adapt. The future diversity of life within these remarkable biomes is dependent on all of us understanding the impact we have on them.
Yeah, you said it, Jane. I'm starting to realise how connected life and climate really are. I've still got a lot to learn though. Rainforest base coming up.
When you come to a stop, please take the exit at the rear of the craft and don't forget to return your glasses to the ground crew. I hope you enjoyed your flight.
Yeah, and watch out for those monkeys. Over and out.
Bye.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Right, let's get out of here now.